Hey, everybody. Good evening. It's Tuesday Night Live, and it's me, Peter, and Julie. As you guys can, those of you that's been following us, you know, when you see this backdrop, you know where we are, right? We are at our office. We actually had a great day here today. We met with some people. We had a couple meetings. Then Julie and I are like, well, look what time it is. Guess we don't have time to go home. So we grabbed something to eat. And here we are. We actually grabbed something to eat. I just realized we grabbed something to eat at a restaurant where one of my kids works.
It was so cool to see Josh there working, wasn't it?
But I can't believe I didn't take a picture. It would have been a great picture to take of my son. So, well, we're excited you guys are here. We're just getting rolling. We're going to give everybody a couple minutes to log on and to log in.
Let us know where you are, guys. I know that's my favorite thing. Actually, I haven't been on in like probably a month to one of our
really?
webinars.
That's right.
But I would like to welcome y'all. So as you're coming in, let us know. We got Brad from Marietta. Hey, Brad. Alan, Ash. Actually, Ash is one of our partners. He lives down there in West Palm Beach, working on a couple deals right now. Hey, Ash. Ashley, Burnett, Chris, David, a Galaxy Note phone, Gwyneth, Jeanette, John, Lucretia, Lud, Mary, Paul, Richard, Rodney, Russell, and I might actually miss a few of you guys, but we've got Raphael. He lives in Cleveland, Ohio. Shane's right here in Cumming. Janice is from Queens, New York. John from Denver, Colorado. And guys, tonight's going to be very special, especially for you, Shane and Brad, because y'all live right down the road from our office. And tonight, what we're going to be talking about is something that, you know, that I'm putting together here. We're putting together here in the next few weeks. And it's going to be absolutely incredible because, and we'll, you know, welcome everybody in, but just to kind of get to it, you know, people always ask me all the time, you know, what's the most important thing about real estate investing? Strangely enough, it's not what a lot of people think. I mean, it just isn't. But, you know, going out and cold calling sellers, setting appointments, to me, that's the key to becoming successful in this business. And if you know how to do that, then you can like literally move anywhere in the US and do this business anywhere. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that, guys. And that's what the opportunity is going to be tonight.
Yeah, we got some really, really cool stuff. We got like what I would call, we're going to be discussing I don't even know what to call them, a mini live event that we're going to be holding here right in our office here in just a couple of weeks. So we're going to be going over that. It's exciting, guys. Look, remember, it's the beginning of new year, right? I mean, and some of us just aren't where you want to be, right, at this point in your life. And, you know, sometimes you try to figure out different events, like different trigger points to get rolling. Well, guess what? Beginning of the year is probably the number one trigger point for people to get going. You know, I always tell people, if you can't get motivated and it's beginning of the year, then really it's going to be hard to get motivated. I mean, you know, it's hard to get motivated 4th of July. It's hard to get motivated during spring break. You know, like Christmas is not necessarily a motivating factor to become successful in life, right? But let me tell you something. The beginning of something, like a beginning of a year, is a great, great motivating factor. So, guys, I'm telling you, this is the time for those of you that are not where you want to be in life, or not where you want to be in this business, or you're not want to be, let's say, maybe financially. This is the time to take it up to that next level. So, and Julie's right. Tonight, we're going to give you an opportunity to do exactly that. And we're going to give you guys, we're going to lay out those details here in just a minute or so. I don't know about you guys, but we're getting like a freeze warning here, right? I mean, it is like, I mean, Julie and I just got back, we just walked outside for a minute from the car to here, and man, I'm still literally like feeling it.
I know, but I'm sure like Raphael in Cleveland, Ohio, and John from Denver, Colorado are probably laughing.
Like laughing at us.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're freezing in Georgia. That's crazy because it's 25 there. But yeah, so tonight is absolutely incredible. And actually, I've never done an event like this before. And by the way, guys, I'm going to explain this event to you, but I just want to let you know we're only going to open this up for 20 people. Okay. And there's a reason for that. What we're going to do And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to sit down and make calls with you. Not only am I going to sit down and make calls with you, but you are going to literally watch me put myself on the line in front of you. I'm going to set appointments right here, live in front of you, live. You're going to be making calls. So this is not an event to where you're going to just kind of sit back and learn. This is all about taking action, guys. Okay. And I really don't want to brag when I say this, but I've never sit down with somebody and made calls and not set appointments. So I guess I put myself on the line to say that, but I really want to see a lot of you guys move to the next level, and I want to see you get better in this business. And this is the one thing that I'm a master of, is actually dealing with sellers and cold calling them. But you're probably wondering, well, who in the world are we going to call when we get there? I gotcha. Because listen to this. Before you get here, you're going to go through a tiny little training program that I put together for you so that you can pick locations in your area to work. We are then going to pull leads for you, like vacant property leads in this area. Not only are we going to give you the leads, I'm going to teach you how to use our revolutionary technology called Deal-Driven. I'm going to show you how to use Deal-Driven to set appointments and get deals done. We're going to find the owner's cell phone numbers. We're going to cold call them. We are going to set appointments directly. I guarantee you, people will come to this event. There will be deals coming out of this. There is nothing realer than this opportunity right here. This is not for the faint at hearts. Or, let's just say maybe you're struggling with cold calling. Sometimes, man, there's nothing to it but just to do it, right? And if you're sitting amongst other people doing it with you, there's a little bit of a competition factor. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, if you're sitting over here setting appointments, somebody's sitting over here setting appointments, you're just going to be better.
There's no question, guys. We wanted to spend a little time with you guys tonight, and really, this is what this business is all about. It's about it's about doing deals, and I can promise you, no one ever did a deal, at least that I'm aware of, without somehow talking to the seller. And in today's environment, people sometimes will say, "Well, I don't need to talk to sellers. I'll have my realtor talk to sellers." Well, let me just tell you something. Those days are done long time ago. Not if you want to be consistent. Not if you want to have a predictable deal flow. The days of just having realtors submit offers for you on MLS.
And why would you want someone else to negotiate for you?
I
mean, I don't.
There's no question. There's no question. A, you don't want to do it, and B, it's just that's not where the deals are anymore. So really, the days of having somebody else do it are long gone. In today's environment, to do a deal, you have to talk to a seller. And that's really what our event's going to be all about. One thing I do want to cover, now that I'm thinking about it, remember, guys, I always like to talk about, who listens to us on these Tuesday night webinars. One of the things that Julie and I have done, probably one of the longest things we've ever done here consistently, is these Tuesday night webinars. And our goal here is very simple. We want to bring value to you. We want to educate you. We want to give you something that you could run with. We want to give you some meat, and we've discussed all the way from negotiations to areas to how to work with realtors we've talked about in the past. We've talked about things that we're doing. We've had partners on these things. So, the one thing from my end, and one thing I always try to do is when people start doing deals with us, I try to be like the first point of contact to always welcome our new partners. And I could tell you, the one thing that gets mentioned more than anything else from our partners that get started with us and do deals with us are these Tuesday night events. So to us, they're very special. They're very dear to us. It's, again, Julie's, an hour away from where she lives, and I'm an hour away from where I live, but we're here tonight because we believe in them so much. And so the other thing I learned is there's really two types of people that listen to us on these Tuesday night events. Some of you guys are already our partners, and we absolutely appreciate you guys being here. We love that you guys are here. This is just another way for us to communicate with you. It's another way for us to work with you. It's another way for us to teach you and educate you beyond the abundance of things that we already do. Obviously, if you're a partner, you already know that you have the ability to talk to us on a daily basis. You have the ability to talk to our staff and all this. But if you're like me 20 years ago when I was out there hustling and putting things together, if you're like me at all 20 years ago, you know that any time you can get in front of people you're involved with is a good time. And so I remember I used to hang on the words of my coaches and mentors and people that were more successful. And so that's the first group of people. You're already our partners. Some of you were just getting started with. Some of you we've already done deals with. Some of you we're on our way to doing our first deal with. Some of you we've done multiple deals with. And again, we absolutely love that you guys are here tonight. And obviously Julie's already told you what the topic is. And
I didn't go in good order.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. That's why I just kind of I'm like, oh, we forgot how we started. But that's why we're here. And the second group of people that's with us tonight here is you all are not quite our partners yet. You're kind of heard about this model, and I know it's it's unique. No one else really does this, and so you're just like, are they going to really partner with me? And can I trust them? Will they give me the money? Do they have the money? Are they real people? Do they have offices and all this? So you're like in that what I call the checkout mode. Okay, you're checking us out, and again, we absolutely love that you guys are here. And we think you should get comfortable with us because you know what? Julie and I have nothing to hide. This is why we show our faces here every Tuesday. We don't hide behind the scenes and have somebody else come up here. We are exactly who we say we are. We are actual real estate investors. It's very documentable what we've done and what we continue to do. Mm-hmm. We basically run a real estate investment company, and we do what any other real estate investment company does. We buy deals. We look for deals and we buy deals and we do deals. I mean, that's real estate right there in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. But the way we do it is very unusual. We don't do it from our own efforts. We used to do it from our own efforts. Matter of fact, right down the hall here, we used to have a whole call center of people sitting, taking inbound seller calls. And that is how we used to find deals. Mm-hmm. And it's I think it's nothing unusual. It's the way pretty much everybody else does it, right? But somewhere along the line, we thought, let's do something different. Let's do something different as a way for us to grow, as a way for us to expand, as a way for us to do more deals. But let's do it in such a way that we also we give back to the whole community. We work with the whole, we bring other people on board. We bring a whole organization and do it together. And this is where our partnering model came about from. So now the way we do our deals is we have partners just like you all the way across the United States, and we basically do real estate deals with them. Simple as that. That is our partner-driven model. So now instead of having a call center here taking inbound seller calls, we have partners all over the United States for whom we actually generate our leads for, whom we coach and mentor on a daily basis. We have partners that we provide all the money once we find the properties for. Our construction company literally helps our partners fix these properties across the United States. We sell them, we split the profits 50-50. Simple as that. I mean, that is, in a nutshell, if I had to boil it down to 30-second, what they call elevator pitch, this is our model. It is a partner-driven model. So we are constantly on the lookout for more partners. Mm-hmm. We need more partners. People say, well, why do you do you really need local partners? Yes, we do. To do deals. I don't think we've ever done we have never really done a deal with a partner where the partner was not involved. So make no mistake about it. Our partners get involved in our deals. But on the flip side, our partners also have the ability to piggyback off what we've created here for 20 years. And in my opinion, is an absolute, not only unique, but what I would consider to be a near perfect real estate investment model. So that's the other reason we're here, to talk to you all. Those of you that are not quite our partners, we want you to become a partner. And to do that, anytime tonight or after the event, you can simply go to our website at www.partnerdriven.com, where you can learn more about what it means to be a partner. You could see testimonials from other partners. You could see the kind of deals we do with our partners. And then at that point, if you love it, just put your information in there and somebody from our team will be giving you a call. And before you know it, we could be doing deals right there where you live.
Or I put up a link to is it called partnerdriven.com?
Yep.
Okay. Where you can click that link and actually schedule a call with a member of our staff
Mm.
to go over exactly, right? To go over exactly what it means to be our partner. And I want to go ahead and answer a question if that's okay.
Yep.
Greta says, what about partners for buy and hold properties? Listen, you're going to absolutely love this because we are partners on deals. We partner on mostly wholesale deals, fix and flips, things like that. However, I can tell you, I wholeheartedly believe in buy and holds, in long-term cash flow for yourself. So we do not fund buy and holds with our partner. However, listen, you are more than welcome to buy any deal yourself at any time. We don't mind to coach you on whether or not it's a good deal or not. And if buy and holds is something we want, heck, we encourage you to use our system to get buy and holds. Really, like even with what we're talking about tonight, do you know how to get the best deals, the best buy and hold deals? Direct to seller. Direct to seller. There's no middleman. So when you learn how to set appointments, guys, and you learn how to go meet with sellers and put deals together, like, doesn't even really matter what the back end is. If you know how to do that, you can really utilize any back end strategy that you want. So basically, you can pick off deals. I mean, you know, a bunch of partners that are picking off their own deals, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We have partners that we've done deals with, and along the way with doing deals with us, they have gone on and created their own rental portfolios. And again, if we're not funding those deals, we have plenty of people that we could refer you to. One of our best friends actually is a private lender right here, right out of our own office. So that will not be a problem if you want to do your own long-term holds. Having said all this, let's kind of let's pivot back to what you were talking about of why we're here tonight. Tonight is a pretty special night because we're going to talk to you guys about something that I don't think we've ever done before, have we?
No, we've never done it.
We've never done what we're going to talk to you guys about tonight. We're doing actually what I would call kind of we're doing something special right in our office. Mm-hmm. You know, we want people to be able to come here and see who we are, what we do, what we're all about. But then we're also we were thinking like, you know, when we do our big live events, we just did one a couple of weeks ago, mm-hmm. right? Those we can't have in our office. There's too many people that show up and, you know, we have to go into a hotel. Last one we did at a convention center and all that. And that's very understandable because we do them at a large scale and there's a purpose for those. But then we said, you know what? There's people that want to come and like feel what it means to work and to be not really work, but just to, work to mm-hmm. what this office is all about, to meet the people, to meet the staff. And then we said, let's take it a step further because we are an investment company. What if we do like a day event or a half a day event, but we also want to do something that like when people get here, they do something. They don't just learn about it. They don't just study about it. They don't, you know, because sometimes the problem going somewhere and learning something, when you go back home and you implement it, you run into all these issues, right? You're like,
well, your nerves really get to you.
Your nerves, you're doing it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The speaker may not have covered this scenario. So we're like trying to figure out how do we like get really, really value to somebody if they come to our office? And we said, you know what? There, in my opinion, and I know you agree because you're so good at it, there's almost no greater value that we can give somebody than to actually create a real appointment with a real live seller for them. Mm-hmm. So that's where this whole idea came about. And what we're calling it is our correct me if I'm wrong, partner-driven
Deal-A-Thon.
That's
yeah.
right. I literally almost said marathon. I'm like, why would we call it marathon? Partner-driven Deal-A-Thon. Mm-hmm. And really that's what it is, guys. And then in a couple weeks, specifically February 12th, 11 o'clock, right here in our Atlanta offices, we're going to have a handful of people here, and we're going to give you the ability to work with us for several hours. And the whole point of that day is very simple. We're going to teach you, we're going to show you, we're going to master it, but most importantly, we're going to do with you mm-hmm. what every single one of you needs to do in order to be successful in real estate.
And we ain't going to just talk about doing it. We're going to do it.
No, we're going to do it. And this is the big piece. This is not just a teaching event. This is an actual doing event. And when you're doing, you're taking a step above teaching, right? Because when you're doing, that's when you're like, oh, Julie, the guy just said, and Julie says, well, here's what you say. Or, you know, hey, the seller can't meet with me for 6 years. How do I answer that? Yes, he can. Let me tell you how to answer that. So when you're actually doing it, you're going through a real life experience. But the bottom line is you're going through results oriented day. That day, it's all about results for us. That day, it is all about talking to sellers and setting appointments with sellers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something we hit a little while ago. I know we kind of jumped the gun a little bit today, but I know a lot of people have dialed in since then. So let me explain to you guys. If you want to do deals in today's environment, the one thing that is inescapable is the ability to talk to sellers. The day, you know, a lot of time, like when I got in this thing 20 years ago, I could have kind of gotten away from talking to sellers, because back then I could literally go on an MLS, call a real estate agent, have that realtor submit an offer on my behalf, negotiate on my behalf, and all that. See, the reality is those days are no longer reality. See, the days of calling realtors and getting deals on MLFs are gone. I don't want to go into a long dissertation about it tonight. There's not enough time. But there are no consistent flow of deals on MLS. There's also no consistent flow of deals from wholesalers, which is another source that so many of us used to go to. Again, for the same thing, those people tend to move deals to, you know, their couple buyers. You know, even one of our good friends, Jason Chester, was just telling me that, you know, I was talking to Jason, and Jason's a very savvy wholesaler. And I asked him a week or two ago, I said, well, how many buyers you got? He said, Pete, I'm moving everything to 2 or 3 buyers. Okay. So the bottom line is you can't really work with too many wholesalers because they already have their 1 or 2 buyers. And unless you're one of their 2 buyers that's buying everything, guess what? You're probably never going to see anything good. And by the time they get past their 1 or 2 buyers, they stick it in, you know, like Zillow and Craigslist. And then again, you're competing against technology. So those types of sources for getting deals are pretty much gone. So now the only really way to get deals across the United States, and by the way, this is across the United States, nothing to do with Atlanta, there's nothing to do with Michigan, this is all 50 states. The only real way to do it is you have to connect to sellers directly. Well, guess what? Nobody really got, this is one thing, like when I got started in real estate, the one thing I didn't think about is like, I'm gonna have to actually talk to sellers, and I'm gonna have to learn how to like get in the door, and like, you know, no one thinks about these things. You know, you get in real estate to do real estate deals, right? Nobody gets in the real estate to cold call. Nobody gets in the real estate to talk to potential sellers that don't want to talk to them. Nobody gets into real estate to, you know, set appointments. Those are just things we don't even think about that, guess what? Have to be done. So that's what we're doing. On February 12th, we're going to do a Deal-A-Thon. And that is the bottom line is this. We're going to give you guys the ability to come right to your offices here from 11 to 4, right? And that's all we're going to be doing. We're literally going to be spending the first hour or two, and this is where Julie now will basically teach you how we have been contacting sellers for years and years and years. Guess what happens when you're contacting sellers for years and years and years? You get good at it. I mean, I don't care. I mean, think about anything you do in your life. If you've done it for years and years and years, you're probably pretty good at it.
Well, let me give you an example. Do you remember last year? I think it was the fall of last year. I used the same strategy when I visited one of our offices in California. Okay.
Okay.
And I got 3 deals in 4 days in California with this accent. Now, it wasn't because I was lucky. It was because I understood how to talk to sellers. The same things I did in Georgia, I just did in California. I've done the same thing in Texas, Alabama, New York, even Wisconsin. So, you know, for me, when it comes to being brilliant at the basics, I chose for this to be the thing that I was great at, okay? And another reason for that is because I know no matter what the economy is, because right now, guys, the economy's awesome. I think it is, right?
It is.
And, you know, flipping houses is great right now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But there's going to be a point to where the economy's, you know what I mean, not so good.
Right.
So then wholesaling is going to be awesome.
Yep.
The thing is, guys, is if you can't get direct deals to sellers, you're not going to have a sustainable business throughout your career. If you master this one part of this business, even if you're not even good at the other things, if you find a good deal, you're going to always be able to sell it. You're always going to be able to flip it or buy and hold like they were talking about. And also, guys, for those of you that are not partners of ours, could you imagine having 250 to 500 actual vacant property leads? Do you know what it costs to go buy leads like that? And for us to actually look their phone numbers up for you, give you all their tax records, show you exactly how to kind of start in this business, it's absolutely priceless. We're only charging $149 to attend this event, and that is basically to cover our expenses. And I'm buying sandwiches for you guys for lunch.
Well, Jill, I want you to hit this point that you just kind of glossed over, but this is huge. So did you just say, like, when they show up, there's going to be leads waiting for them?
Well, yeah. Well, how else are they going to call people?
Okay, guys.
Sorry.
I understand that is absolutely huge, because there's two things that you need to get in the door, right? Number one, you need that skill set. And this is what Julie and I've been talking about here. That day, we're going to teach you the skill set of what it takes to be successful caller to get in the door of sellers. But the other thing is you need leads. And guess what, guys? Leads, talk to any marketing person anywhere across the United States who does any kind of marketing. That is most of the time the most expensive part of your business. You know, I don't care if you're a dry cleaner trying to get customers in the door. I don't care if you're General Motors selling cars. And I don't care if you're a real estate person trying to get seller appointments. The most important aspect, you got to get those leads. Well, guess what? When you show up to our Deal-A-Thon, you're going to have 250.
Well, I'll maybe to 500, because once they pull a zip code, I'm going to at least give 250. But sometimes when you pull in certain zip codes, there's more vacants in the others. So if I'm going to go ahead and pull them, I'm going to give them all to them.
Okay, so you're going to have a minimum. This is what Julie's saying. You're going to have a minimum of 250 leads, basically potential sellers to call on. And guess what? We're going to do that for you, right? We're going to pull those leads for them.
Yeah, and I'm going to put it in our revolutionary app, show them how to skip trace, how to run the app so that they can continue to do this whenever they leave. My whole reason, guys, for doing this event is simple. I want, even if you're brand new, you've never done this before, you just kind of want to put your toes in the water, see how warm the water is. I want you to decide if this business is right for you. If you've already doing it, I want you to get better at your craft. But, you know, I'm not going to go over my story tonight, but I almost feel like if I could show you just this tiny bit, a little level of success on that Wednesday, it might change this business might change your life like it did mine. And I feel like everybody deserves an opportunity to follow their dreams. And honestly, I wish somebody did this for me.
Let's do this, Julie. Before we spend any more time on this, tell people how they can register, because we're going to have a very limited. Remember, this is not like, you know, come to our big live events where we go to
20 people. That's all I can talk to.
This is the first 20 people. So how can somebody register?
All right, guys. Our good buddy Rafa's not with us tonight, so I'm doing all the little clicking here. So that's why I'm weirdly in the camera. So if you go to this link right here, and click this link, you can call this number directly. It's a lot easier really to just go to this link and then sign up for the ticket, because it'll show you immediately. You pay the money, then I'll know that you're coming. And then you're also going to get an email from us, because on top of that, I built a training program that I need you to watch before you come, because I kind of want to get through some basics first. You know, that the little training program we created for them.
Yep.
Because I want to get through some basics first, so that when you get here, you saw a couple of my training videos and we are ready to go. I feel like I lost my train of thought.
No, you're going to go to that link.
Yep.
You're going to sign up. You're going to register. Yep. You're going to get beyond just that day with us. You're going to get training that we put together specifically for that day, right?
Yeah.
About how to identify like what areas we want to be calling for you. And it's going to be right around where you live, right? That training, are you doing any kind of script training in that
Yeah.
training also?
Oh, I'm giving them all my scripts. Not only the scripts for the vacants, I'm giving them driving for dollar scripts, vacant property scripts, pre-foreclosure scripts. I just can't cover all those topics in one day.
Okay, so here's what Julie's saying. When you register, you're going to get emailed to you the scripts that we have personally used along with our in-house negotiators to do this, to get in the door with what foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, vacants, and all that. So you're going to get training how to make calls before you get here. So when you're here, you hit the ground running. You're going to get all the scripts that you could probably, once you see these scripts, you're going to be like, man, I got to make some calls immediately, right? Before you get here. You're going to get 250 minimum of somewhere between 250 and 500 leads that are going to be here waiting for you. And then you're going to spend about 4 or 5 hours on a phone with Julie and myself. And I could tell you this, there's a lot of things that I'm very good at, and like I kind of boast about those things, right? But I also kind of know where other people are good at, okay? And I could tell you, it's not in my opinion, it's a fact. I've never seen anyone better than Julie at getting in the door. And guys, let me tell you something. If you're even remotely interested in a real estate business, if you do not know how to talk to sellers, if you don't know how to set appointments with sellers, you're kind of dead in the water. And if you're not very good at it, what you're doing is you're extending your learning curve, right? If you're not very good at it, you're extending how long it's gonna take you to get good at it, right? You're like, if you're not very good at it, it might take you 200 calls to get in the door, whereas it takes somebody like Julie 4 or 5 calls. So you're going to be shortening your learning curve. You're going to be shortening your time to success. Guys, I'm telling you right now, my point is saying all this. I've never seen anyone better at getting in the door to sellers than Julie. And so it's just going to be an amazing day. And the other thing that Julie said that's very important, if any of you are anything like Julie and I, and if you're in real estate, I think you have a sense of competition, right? Well, guess what? You're going to be sitting here with a number of other people that are going to be doing the exact same thing, all right? So there's going to be there's this camaraderie that's going to be built. There's going to be a sense of competition that's going to be built. There's going to be some we're going to treat you lunch that day. There's going to be you're going to build some relationships that day, aside from just Julie and I and our staff. You're going to build some relationships with other people that are here that have the same common goals and dreams that you do, that I promise you are going to be worth their weight in gold. So it's going to be an exciting day. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Talk about not being good at certain things. I took over Rafa's job tonight and my links aren't working.
Oh, they're not
able to sign up. So if you could do me a favor, email me if you would like to attend this event, and I'll reach out to you. And sorry, guys, I just don't know how else to fix this. Is that good? If
Can you put it in the Facebook? Or no, can't do that either.
It's just not working for some reason. If you'll email this address, because when I click this link, it works on my end, but then it's not working for you guys. If you will correct link, I just posted it. Well, yay. I couldn't do it right, but Jamari did it for me. So Jamari, thank you so much, sweetie.
Jamari.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and post that again. So you could either email us or click this link. But go ahead and act tonight, guys, because this is a special opportunity. And listen, seats are going to fill up fast. I'm not going to open this up for more people. I simply just won't be able to help at the level that I want to help you if I bring more people on. This is more of kind of like a one-on-one.
So I just want to make sure. So that is working?
Yeah, this link's working.
Okay, guys. So everybody has that link on their website, but then I think Julie also put your email in there, right, in case there's a problem. So for some reason, it's not a clickable link from your side. All you have to do is send Julie an email. Is it just your personal email?
Actually, I put Arena's on here.
Okay, but just send us an email on the email that Julie put in your comments box, and then a member of our staff will email you the correct link. And why don't you put the number too, just in case.
Okay.
Or you could call this number to register. But this number is just really for registration only. So if you're ready to register, have your payment information with you, give us a call and we'll grab that and get you set up.
Who wants to come? Who's excited about doing this? Somebody.
I'm telling you guys, this is what you need to do to get started in this business. And if you already are in this business and you're not at the level that you feel like you need to be at, this is how you get to these levels. You've got to learn and understand. And guys, let me just tell you something else about seller calls. It's where not only everything starts, but it's how everybody will perceive you. So I promise you, when you get in the door to a seller, let's say you're not very good, right? And let's say you kind of stumble your way in there. Guess what? That's what the seller's going to be thinking about you. Even though you get in the door, but they're going to be like thinking, well, that was a half-assed way of doing it, or that was kind of weird, or like, they might get you in there, but their whole opinion, it's like, what is that? First looks matter. What's that saying? First appearance matters, or first looks matter, whatever. Guys, it matters. How you start that initial conversation will matter all the way through to whether or not you get that deal on the back end, guys. So it's a very, very important part of the business.
And a lot of you out there are worried like, well, I don't know. I've never made calls before. I've never, had this level of professionalism for making these calls. Let me tell you something. People do business with who they know and they trust. Okay. And you're not going to believe this, but I'm going to give you a piece of advice tonight. That's going to really help you whether you come to this event or not. If you learn to just be yourself and not try to act like some big time real estate investor, you act like yourself and not try to talk like anybody else, you will do better on the phones. People can sniff that out almost like a great white shark in the ocean, right? So the links are working now. Go ahead and click it. Let me know when you're coming. Vitaly, I can't wait to see you. Someone said, is this only for people in Atlanta? I mean, if you want to travel here, this is our office in Cumming, Georgia. It's just, I wanted to bring you in here because not only you're going to be able to teach, you're going to do that with us, but you're also going to be able to meet the ladies in the office, which in my opinion are the coolest people on the planet. These are our closing coordinator, our office manager, all of our support staff for our partner driven program. So yeah, but yes, Raphael, this is just a 1-day event and it's going to be about 2 hours of training you. And then everybody's going to lose their nerves and we are going to start dialing. And I expect everybody to make about 90 calls that day. You're going to be like, woo, Julie, but we're going to do it. And we're going to get some appointments.
Well, guys, that's what it is. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a partner-driven deal-a-thon. If you're interested in doing deals, if you're interested in doing deals quickly, if you're interested in taking your own game to the next level, if you're interested in knowing how to make seller calls, if you're interested in how to make seller calls better than you're doing right now, then you absolutely need to be there. So the links are on your screen. Hit the link, register. Remember, seating is very limited. It's only really designed for a handful of people, just so we can give you personal attention. But when you're here with us this day, you absolutely will come out to be on the back end a better, more savvy real estate investor.
Yes, Richard, you did the math. Those calls will be very short. So probably that was a little bit of a lofty goal, but I will tell you, I do average about 30 calls an hour, but I've been doing this a while. So yeah, a little bit lofty of a goal, Richard, you're right. So our goal is to have good conversations and set appointments. Thanks for keeping me on my toes, man. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, you know where to go. You got a phone number. You got a link. Go ahead and make a commitment. Register tonight. Make sure you got your space reserved, and hopefully we'll see you guys here on February 12th, right here in this office that we're filming.
Well, yeah, look, I'm going to show them. Well, and like, don't look at it too bad because it's kind of messy in here. I haven't got everything set up. But this is our training room, our training facility right here in our office. There's actually a whiteboard back there and a TV, but it's going to be right here in our offices where we do business each and every day.
Yep. All right, guys. Do we have anything else? I think that's it,
That's all I've got.
Just hit the link, and if they see this in the recorded format, Julie, are they going to be able to see that link?
If look in the comments section, if for some reason it's in an email, I'm sure the link will be inside of the email.
Okay.
And you'll be able to register. And I hope by the time this recording goes out that people will actually be able to register.
Yep.
Like if you're on this tonight live, like don't sit on the fence, get in or get out. And and I do want to give a shout out to Decker Randolph, who sent me a Louisiana king cake. And I found the baby Decker, so thank you. He had that on Facebook.
I love it. All right, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. See you. Bye.